Hi, so welcome to the podcast today. Really excited for having you on the session today, and Happy New Year to you. We are in a brand new year. It is my hope that this year you become the best version of yourself, and most importantly, you achieve specific goals that you have set for yourself. And my team here and I will be working really hard to ensure that we bring you specific content that will help you to drive you to be able to become successful. Now, on the podcast today, I want to provide some answers to one of the common questions that a lot of people have, and that is, how can I have a successful year? Now, one thing that people do always, which probably you did, was to write New Year resolution. So at the end of every year, some people sit down, do a wrap up of the year, and then they plan and say that, okay, in the forthcoming year, this is what I want to achieve. These are the things that I want to do. These are the things that I want to have. But for the most part, about 99.9% of the time, people end the year and realize that they couldn't even go after their dreams. They couldn't achieve anything they had set out to achieve from the beginning of the year. So the question then is, how can you have a successful year? How can you ensure that this year becomes the year that everything comes to fruition and you're able to achieve your goals? Now, in my opinion, I believe that one of the things that people are actually delusional about is New Year resolution, because everybody is crazy about it and they are like, oh yeah, this is my New Year resolution, new year, new me. But it's their same old self. They are taking the same habits, the same lifestyle, without changing anything or adding any value to themselves. So I want to provide you on the stream today 5 key strategies that I believe that you can implement today, right now, so that you can achieve your goals for this year and, most importantly, become successful. Number 1 is be realistic with your goals. Many people give up in the middle of the year because they set unrealistic goals for themselves. Yes, it is important that you have to dream, and people are like, yeah, dream big as the ocean and all of those things. Yes, it is good to dream, it is good to have goals, but you have to set realistic goals. So look at yourself clearly. What really do you think you can achieve in the next 12 months? What do you think really you can achieve each month? What do you think you can achieve every week? What do you think you can achieve every day? Be realistic with your goals. Now, I am not saying you shouldn't dare. I'm not saying you shouldn't dream. I am not saying you shouldn't have faith. What I'm saying is be realistic with your goals. So what do you want to achieve this year? Then you will say, okay, this year I want to buy a car. This year I want to build my house. This year I want to marry. This year I want to, do this. Yes, these are all goals you can set for yourself, but let's be realistic. The salary that you are making now, can you buy the car you want to buy? Can you? If you look at the money that you are going to be earning in the next 12 months, can you actually do these things? Let's be realistic. Stop being delusional. Yes, you have to dream big. Yes, you have to desire the best things of life, but dreams are not free. So you can dream and say, yes, I want to buy a Mercedes Benz, I want to buy a Tesla, I want to buy whatever it is, but that is just a dream. You have to make that dream come to pass. So you have to be realistic. Yes, have faith. Yes, dream big, but you have to be realistic. That is why setting goals require thinking. And since thinking is one of the most difficult acts in the world, only a handful of people actually think. Now, that is not an insult, so don't take it personal. Thinking is one of the most difficult acts in the world. So you don't just get up and say, okay, this year I want to buy a house. This year I want to buy a car. This year No, you don't just get up and speak like that. You have to sit down, put pen on paper and look at your life. Look at yourself. Okay, what am I going to do? What are the things that are going to be coming in? How much money am I going to make? What can I achieve? Be realistic with your goals. If you are realistic with your goals, you realize that it gives you momentum as you go, because this is what happens when the goal is too big. When the goal is unrealistic, when the goal is not time bound, when the goal is not achievable, you give up because you try and you are not seeing it. And so that is the concept of seeing the glass half full or half empty. So if we have a glass and we fill the glass with water to the middle, somebody will look at that and say, oh, the glass is half empty. Another person will look at that and say, the glass is half full. They are all correct. They are all right. But it's about the mindset. Now, whether you see the glass full, half full, or half empty, that is going to influence the way you approach life. So my take is this, my friend. Be realistic about your goals. I don't know what goals you've set for yourself this year, but I want you to probably sit down, go back, rethink about it, and find out what really must I achieve this year. For the most part, I think that you have to set just one goal for yourself. And that one goal, all other things were tied to it. That is all you need. In my view, you don't have to write a list of 17 things you want to achieve this year. You just have to find out one thing. And then as you work on that one thing, all other things will just come automatically. So let me give an example. Let's say you have a goal and say, hey, I want to marry this year. That's a great goal. Marriage is important. Having family is important. It adds a lot of value to you and it helps you to really propel yourself and become successful if you are with the right partner. So marriage is key. So you say, this year I want to marry. Okay. So you have to break that down. What does it take to marry? To marry, it means that, okay, you need to become a better version of yourself. To marry, it means that you need to be able to earn more money. So probably you need to upgrade your skills. You need to work a little bit extra hard because if you're going to marry, you're going to be living together. Now the bills are not going to be only you. So you have to find out how much more money do I have to make, because now your bills are going to go up a little bit and you have to find out how do I do that. So you need to become a better version of yourself. You need to earn more money. You need to probably grow your business. You need to get that promotion at your workplace. So you realize that all of this are just tidying up and position you so that you can achieve the goal of marrying and then continuing with your life. So that is the dream. So you need to find out what is the bigger goal. Then to achieve that goal, the other small ones will come in, which you are going to be breaking into months, weeks, because you have to set deadlines for each of these goals. But for the most part, what I want you to do is to set realistic goals. Be realistic with yourself and set realistic goals. That is the first thing you have to do. Number 2 is to count the cost. What do I mean by counting the cost? Listen, the goal is different, but what it takes to achieve the goal is the cost. I say this always, and it is something that you need to understand very well, that on the altar of success, there must be a sacrifice. Let me take that again. On the altar of success, there must be a sacrifice. What does that mean? It means whatever you want to achieve, you have to give up something to be able to get there. You cannot hold on to yourself, hold on to your resources, hold on to your time, hold on to the people, and still be able to go to where you want to go or achieve what you want to achieve. So you have to count the cost. If you want to buy a car this year, if you want to build a house this year, what does that mean? You have to count the cost. Because if you want to buy a house this year, or you want to build your own house this year, it means that you have to find out, okay, I have to make more money or reduce my expenditures and understand financially and live within my means. Because that is what you need to do, because you need more money to be able to build that house. So if you need more money to build that house, you have a couple of options. Number 1, increase your income. Because when you increase your income, the excess money can be used as savings, so you use it to build your house. Or number 2, reduce your expenditures. Maybe there are things you are buying that you don't need. There are places you are going that you don't need. There are people around you that you are spending money on them that doesn't qualify you. There is a certain habit you have that is costing you a lot of money as an individual. You make sure that you avoid those habits. So you save them money and then you can throw that money into building your house. Then that means living within your means. So you have to count the cost. What will it take for your goal to be achieved? Yeah, you can dream as big as the ocean, but the dream will not come through by itself. You have to do something to make the dream come to pass. Let's say your dream is to have a better body this year. So you want to be in shape. Maybe you are overweight and you want to be in shape. Or maybe you are not overweight, but you just want to have a great body, so that a great physique, so that when you dress, your muscles will come out, your tummy is flat, like you look great in your clothing. Maybe that is one of your goals this year. What does that mean? You have to count the cost. It means you need to go to the gym. It means you need to train for a number of hours. It means you need to be on a diet, because you cannot just go to the gym, come back and eat whatever the heck you like at any time you like and expect to have a great body. You have to count the cost. So will you go to the gym every day? It is your decision. How many hours will you spend at the gym? It is your decision. What will you be eating? It is your decision. How much money do you need to spend on this whole thing so that you can have that great body, that great physique that you want to have? That is called counting the cost. So it is the work you have to do to ensure that you achieve your goals. That is why the first point is important, being realistic with your goals. Because if you set too many goals for yourself, what happens is that you just have limited time, you have limited resources, you have limited options available at your disposal. So how can you dispense all the limited resources you have on all of these goals that you want to achieve as an individual? But you have to count the cost. What will it take for you to build that house? What will you take for you to marry? What would you take for you to become wealthy? You have to count the cost. So ask yourself, all the goals that you've set for yourself this year, I want you to sit down and ask yourself, what will it take for me to achieve this goal? What will it take for me to achieve this goal? And that is why I said in the beginning, goal setting and achieving your goals requires thinking. And since only a handful of people think, that is why just a handful of people are successful in the world. So you have to sit down, look at all your goals and find out, what do I have to do? What will it cost me? The third strategy on how you can achieve your goals this year is to remove distractions. Now, many people will end this year without achieving their goals because of distractions. There are many people who have never and will never achieve their goals because they allow themselves to be distracted. Listen carefully. Distraction is prevalent these days, and you have to consciously remove all distractions in your life if you want to become successful. Like social media, being on social media. Sometimes some of you, if you look at your phone data very well and your screen time very well, you will realize that you spend a significant portion of your time just on social media scrolling. And it is nice because you will see something interesting that you will like. You will see something interesting that you will love. And so you keep on scrolling. You will keep on scrolling. And it doesn't end because it has no beginning. It has no end. It's infinity. And so before you realize the day is over, but you have not done anything. Before you realize January is gone, February is gone, and you have not done anything. If you want to really become successful this year, you have to consciously remove distractions. For some of you, your distraction is the people around you. Your distraction is your friends, your family members, or some other people around you. There are some of you, what you're going to be doing is that every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you are attending one wedding, attending one event like that, attending one ceremony somewhere like that. All of these are distractions. And that is where people are like, oh, if you don't attend their thing, you too, when you're doing your own, they won't come. That is why you are not successful. Because if you think that, I'm not saying don't, care for people. I'm not saying that, don't celebrate with people. What I'm saying is this. If you have to do what you have to do in order for you to become successful, you have to be able to sacrifice. And that means you have to be able to remove distractions. Because some of you, throughout the year, you will see that, oh, you attend weddings, birthday parties, you are attending this event, that event. You are trying to do things for everybody without doing anything for yourself. And those things are distracting you. So maybe you have your goal and be like, okay, this weekend, I want to sit down, I want to study. Maybe I want to start my business, so let me start working on my business. Or I want to learn about social media, so let me go on YouTube. This weekend I want to go on YouTube after doing my laundry, go on YouTube and watch some videos on social media, personal branding, how to create a Facebook page. I want to learn some of these things because I know these things will help me. Maybe that is your goal. Then you are there, then a friend calls you and will be like, hey, Akosha Yadompo is doing something, or we have to be there. Yeah, Charlie, let's go. Distraction will cause you not to achieve your goals. And the reason why many people are poor today, the reason why many people will never achieve their goals, the reason why many people will go to their graves without doing anything significant in life is because they allow themselves to be distracted. Listen, we have just 24 hours. There are going to be 365 days or 366 days, depending, in a year. We have only 12 months to go. We have only 52 weeks to go. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? Why is it that some people are so successful whilst others are not? It's because the people who are successful have learned to remove distractions in their life. You have to find out. Let's say, like I mentioned, your goal this year is to build a house. Okay. Then you said, okay, to be able to build your house, there are a couple of habits you need to stop so that you can save that money and use it to build your house. But then here you are, a friend calls you and be like, okay, we have to go to this wedding, we have to go to this funeral, we have to do this, and you have to buy a new dress, you have to buy a new shoe. You didn't plan for all of these things, but now you have to go buy new dresses, you have to buy new shoes, and you don't want to do it, but you are doing it just to satisfy people. But you are ignoring your dreams. You are ignoring your goals. You are not able to have the money to be able to achieve your goals. Then at the end of the year, you feel miserable because you couldn't achieve your goals, and that makes you not to be happy, and your life becomes more miserable as you age. Listen, you have to consciously remove distractions. You have to consciously remove distractions, and that is how you become successful. Because if you set realistic goals and you're able to count the cost, then you have to remove distractions. Now, to be able to remove distractions, it leads me to the fourth thing, and that is going to be discipline. Listen, if you want to achieve your goals this year, you want to become successful, you want to live life on your own terms, you have to be discipline. Now, what is discipline? Discipline simply means doing what you ought to do, whether you feel like it or not. That's all about discipline. Doing what you ought to do, whether you feel like it or not. So let me give you an example. Let's say you want to have a great body. You want to be in a great shape physically. You want to look good. And you know that, okay, to do that, you have to go to the gym. You have to eat right. You have to train for a number of hours. That is the cost you're going to count generally. Discipline means sometimes you're going to wake up and you don't feel like going to the gym. Sometimes you're going to wake up and you don't feel like rising from the bed. You just feel like laying in bed all day. Discipline is waking up, knowing that you need to have a great shape, you need to have a great body. So you wake up, put on your dress, and go to the gym and train for the number of hours you have to train. That is discipline. Whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it, you have to do it because that is what is required for you to become successful. Do you think I'm always happy shooting videos? You think I'm always happy scripting? Do you think I'm always happy doing research? Do you think I'm always happy when I'm with my team? We are brainstorming, doing editing? No. Sometimes I just feel like sleeping all days. Sometimes I just feel like watching some movies on Amazon Prime or on Netflix or on Apple TV Plus. Maybe there is a nice series. I just want to lay down and watch a nice movie. But watching movies will not make my dream come to pass. Watching movie cannot help me to impact anybody's life. Watching movie will not help me to achieve my goal and build my personal brand. That will not make me. So even when I wake up and that is what I feel like doing, I still have to go contrary to that and do what I must do in order for me to become successful. That is called discipline. Now, will you be able to discipline yourself all the time? No, we are humans. So sometimes you will fail, sometimes you will fall, but discipline is rising. Discipline is rising. And for some of you, like the gym example that I gave, maybe you will start going to the gym and you will miss one day. If you're not careful, just one day you missed, you will just relax and you will stop going to the gym. But discipline means, yes, I missed. I'm human. I am weak. I have missed the gym today, but I'm going to go tomorrow. No, I have missed twice in a row, but I still want to go because I still want to achieve my goals of having a great body, wearing my clothing so that I look great and I feel great and my confidence goes up. That is the goal, and you have to discipline yourself. So my question to you is this: how disciplined are you? How committed are you? Do you think you can put yourself in the position so that you will do what you ought to do, whether you feel like it or not? So maybe this year you want to become the best version of yourself. So you want to improve yourself. Okay, what does that mean? It means that possibly every day you must read a book. Maybe you read a chapter. Maybe you read a book for 15 minutes. Or every day you have to learn something or take a course. Discipline means even if you get up and you don't feel like reading the book, you will still have to read it. You will still have to find some time so that before the day goes over, you will still be able to read a chapter, or you will still be able to read for 15 minutes. That is called discipline. Because you see, it is not about what you do in a year. It's about what you do every day. That is what accumulates for you to become successful and achieve your goals. So the way you spend every day, the way you spend every moment is what will make you to become successful or not successful. So it is not about what you do in a year. It is about what you do every single day. And you have to discipline yourself if you really want to become successful. And the final thing is, if you want to really discipline yourself, remove the necessary distractions, be able to make the necessary sacrifices and achieve your goals, you need to surround yourself with the right people. So the fifth strategy is to surround yourself with the right people. Listen, it is not everybody that is going where you are going. It's not everyone that wants to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. It's not everyone who wants to be a millionaire, a billionaire. It's not everyone who wants to be an entrepreneur. It's not everyone who wants to get promotion this year. It's not everyone who wants to make $100,000 this year, $200,000 this year, or $1 million this year. It's not everyone who wants to be great in life. This is why you need to surround yourself with like-minded people. Because it is stated that birds of a feather flock together, and your network is your net worth. And it is stated that you are the average of the 5 people around you. It is also stated that show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So if I'm talking to you and you tell me, who are the 5 people in your life? You name them. What are they doing? You tell me about it. Then I can tell you where the heck you're going to be in the next 5 years. So you have to surround yourself with like-minded people. I am not saying ditch your friends. I am not saying don't talk to people. I am not saying don't spend time with people. All I'm saying is be conscious of the people you surround yourself with. Be conscious of the people you call friends, you call family, you spend your precious time with. Be conscious of the people you share your goals with, because there are times you share your goals with some people and they are like, no, you are working too much. No, you have to slow down. No, this is impossible. No, what you want to do, somebody else is doing. No, you are too young. No, you are too old. No, what do you want to achieve? Oh, whatever the heck. Oh, so stop. these people will cripple you. In as much as they may love you because they are your friends, they may love you because they are your family people, the family members, they are the same people who will cause you not to achieve your goals. So surround yourself with like-minded people. If you have people you call your friends and all they do is to call you, oh, let's go clubbing, oh, let's go out, oh, let's go chalet girls, and every day when you're talking to this person, the only thing the person can talk about is one girl, one boy, one thing, one useless thing, one new dress, one new phone, one new car, and that is all they can talk about, then you're not going anywhere, because these people will actually suck energy from you. I don't know if you have experienced this before, but you are with somebody, you finish talking with the person, and then it feels like virtue has gone out of you. Like you finish talking with this person and it's like you need to go and recharge yourself, because like you've lost all your strength, because this person is talking in a negative manner. Everything they say is negative, everything they say is contrary to your faith, everything they say is contrary to what you want to do, everything they say is contrary to what you believe God has called you to do. Listen, you have to surround yourself with the right people. That is why the wealthy, the successful people don't have a lot of people around them. That is the reason. Because you cannot surround yourself with a lot of people who are not going anywhere and expect to achieve your goals as an individual. So you want to become successful this year, you want to achieve your goals this year, be mindful of the people who are around you. If it is just one person who is going where you are going, who possesses the mindsets that you have, who see things the way you see things, walk with that person. If there is nobody in your immediate environment, then you need to go out. That is why networking is important. Attending strategic events, attending strategic workshops, building conscious relationship with people who are going where you are going. So this year promises to be a great year, but it can only be a great year if you are willing to set realistic goals. If you are willing to make the necessary sacrifices, because on the altar of success, there must be a sacrifice. But that sacrifice can only be possible if you are willing to take out distractions. But the only way you can take out distractions is to really discipline yourself. But to ensure that you discipline yourself very well, you need people to hold you accountable. So you must surround yourself with like-minded people, because these people will hold you accountable, will point you to the right direction, and will help you to be able to achieve your goals, and most importantly, become successful. I wish you the best of this year, and I pray for you that you will be able to achieve your goals this year if you follow the strategies. May the grace of God be with you, and may this year be the best that you have ever experienced, in Jesus' name. Amen. I'll see you in the next one as we continue with our discussion.